Hey everyone, it is Jay Soloff from Investors Alley, and this is our trade of the week. So I am looking at unusual options volume at marketchameleon.com, and I am seeing what I would expect to see on another big day, another 4% down day in the major index, major stock indices. We're seeing SPY and HYG. And a lot of the stuff you would expect to see active on a day like today, USO for oil. An interesting one here that has caught my eye is UUP, which is the Bullish dollar index ETF. It's a way to take advantage of a long dollar trade. It's done versus a basket of currencies. Particularly though, the euro and the yen are the main exposure you get through that. Very bullish because UUP, as we will see, is up quite a bit lately. So let's go to the trades here. What's going on with the dollar is that, first of all, we already have low rates in a lot of the major developed countries out there. The U.S. Is one of the few major countries that doesn't have negative rates. The other thing, though, is that so many people hold U.S. government bonds and also corporate bonds, and a lot of that stuff has been sold off to raise cash. So it has actually caused yields to go up, and that is making the dollar a bit more attractive, particularly because it is a very safe currency in terms of the government backing of the bond. So UUP has gone up quite a bit. You can see a lot of it's usually something that doesn't move that much, as we'll look at a graph in a minute. But it usually moves within a dollar or so range, and it's up a few dollars recently. And you can see a lot of this action, all call action here, generally bullish sign if it's in the calls. A lot of it here just between around 28, 29. Stocks at 28. And this one's interesting. It's a 27.5 put, probably sold here at 44 cents. 300 of these, so raising about 13,000. What's interesting about that is that it's actually if you feel that the dollar is not going to go back down anytime soon, which makes a lot of sense in this environment, it's a pretty interesting way to earn a yield. In fact, April 3rd is 2 weeks from now. So selling the 27.5 put for 44 cents produces a 1.6% yield in just 2 weeks. Annualized, that would be something like 40%. So it may not sound like much, but 1.6% in 2 weeks is a lot higher than I think it's about what a 30-year bond would pay right now in that vicinity. So not a bad way to earn some yield safely because let's take a look. You can see, first of all, this index very rarely moves. It's gone all the way up from 26 to about 29 and back down to 28. But 27.5, you got to feel that we're going to settle in somewhere around here because currencies don't tend to move like this that often. So you got to figure it's going to settle down. If you were to end up getting long this at 27.5 because you're short the puts, you're fine. I mean, what's your maximum downside is what, 26, and there's probably no chance that we're going back down to that level anytime soon. So I think this is a relatively safe trade and a good way to earn a yield at 1.6% here with the stock at 28 over the next 2 weeks. Again, even if this does go down and this person ends up getting assigned, we're probably looking at a floor at what, like 27 at most. So pretty safe trade, good place to park your money in the short term because, again, the dollar is in pretty good shape here given the safety of U.S. Treasuries and the fact that just about everything else is getting sold off in the markets because of what's going on. Just looking at that trade here, we can see it. Looking at the options chain with 14 days to go, April 3rd, you can see here's about 350 traded. they were sold for 44 cents. It's already gone down. This was sold about 27.75. It's already gone up to 28. So that's why the options are down. Sort of thing that you could do yourself if you're interested in that sort of trade. I talk about cash secured puts and selling puts in my various services. My entry-level service is Option Floor Trader Pro, which is $49 a year. There's a link on the site, but I also have other various services and training and education that you can take part in. All right, everyone, take care and be safe out there.